Hello everyone. We are focusing on Microsoft's flagship productivity tool to evaluate exactly how it fits into your daily administrative routines. Let's look at the formal definition of Microsoft 365 Copilot, which is an integrated SaaS productivity engine that embeds advanced large language model capabilities directly within the Microsoft 365 application ecosystem to automate textual generation, data analysis, and communication management. To put that in simple everyday language for adult learners, this is a highly intelligent, built-in administrative assistant that sits right inside your familiar office software like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook. It isn't a separate program that you have to open in a different window. It is a permanent helper waiting on your toolbar, ready to draft emails, summarize long document threads, or build presentation slides on command. Imagine hiring a brilliant intern who can read a 50-page business proposal in 2 seconds, highlight the core financial metrics, and write a perfect executive summary before you even finish your morning coffee. Stay with me here, because the true power of this tool isn't just that it can write text, it's that it can access your daily office file stream to solve real workflow headaches instantly. So, now that we have defined the identity of this everyday assistant, you might be wondering how the tool actually reads your calendar, emails, and files behind the scenes to find the right information. Well, that brings us right into our next step. The technical definition of the Microsoft Graph is an enterprise data orchestration gateway that maps the complex relational networks between users, communications, files, calendar events, and organizational hierarchies within a tenant. In plain English, this is the master digital directory or the central nervous system of your entire office workspace. It knows exactly who your manager is, what project files you edited yesterday afternoon, what emails you exchanged with the sales team this morning, and what meetings you have scheduled for tomorrow. When you ask Copilot a question like, "Summarize the feedback I received from John on the budget project," the system doesn't just run a blind keyword search. It uses the Microsoft Graph to instantly trace your relationships, find John's recent emails, locate the specific budget spreadsheet you both worked on, and pull the exact context needed. Let's break this down together, because understanding this data connection is how you realize that Copilot is customized to your exact job context from day one without any manual setup. So, now that we have unlocked the mechanics of the Microsoft Graph engine, you might be wondering how to evaluate whether a specific department's daily tasks are a good fit for this automation. Well, that brings us right into our next step. When we plan a corporate technology deployment, the textbook definition of a workflow fitness assessment is the analytical practice of auditing a department's operational tasks to determine if their daily processes match the specific automation capabilities and economic scales of a technology solution. In everyday language, this means looking closely at your employees' calendars to see if they are wasting hours on tasks that Copilot can solve in seconds, or if their work requires a level of human touch that the machine can't replicate. You look for departments that handle high volume text and communication, such as human resources managers who read hundreds of policy memos, or sales executives who write dozens of follow-up client emails every single day. If an employee spends 80% of their afternoon summarizing meeting notes, formatting standard Word documents, and clearing out their Outlook inbox, they are a perfect fit for a Copilot license. You've probably noticed that when you run a clear fitness audit before buying software, you avoid wasting your budget on departments that wouldn't benefit from the tool, maximizing your immediate return on investment. So, now that we know how to run a business fitness audit to find our prime target departments, you might be wondering how Copilot transforms daily communication inside Outlook. Well, that brings us right into our next step. The formal definition of communication optimization is the systematic utilization of automated linguistic parsing and drafting tools to reduce email management duration and maximize corporate message alignment. In simple terms, this means completely curing the daily headache of having an inbox overflowing with hundreds of unread messages. Copilot in Outlook acts like an elite chief of staff who stands in front of your inbox. It can read a long, messy 20 email chain between 10 different stakeholders, separate the signal from the noise, and hand you a bulleted 3-sentence summary detailing exactly what was decided and what actionable tasks are assigned to you. When you need to respond, you can type a quick 5-word note like agree but check pricing next month, and Copilot will instantly expand that note into a beautifully formatted, polite, and completely professional corporate response in seconds. It saves busy executives hours of manual typing every single day, allowing you to clear out your inbox in minutes and focus your energy on high-level strategic growth. So, now that we have conquered the Outlook email avalanche and mastered communication management, you might be wondering how Copilot can unlock deeper insights from data inside Excel. Well, that brings us right into our next step. The technical definition of algorithmic data interrogation is the execution of natural language queries to perform statistical modeling, trend identification, and data visualization within a tabular data repository. In plain terms, this means you no longer need to be a master of complex formulas, macro scripts, or pivot tables to analyze massive spreadsheets of company data. You can just talk to your spreadsheet like a human being. You can open up a massive sales report containing thousands of rows of data and simply type, highlight the top 3 most profitable products in the East region, show me their monthly growth trend on a line chart, and calculate our expected revenue for next quarter. Copilot instantly reads the matrix, writes the mathematical logic behind the scenes, formats the cells, and displays a beautiful boardroom-ready chart in the blink of an eye. This democratizes data analysis across your entire company, turning standard business analysts into powerful data strategists who can make fast, data-driven decisions based on real numbers. So, now that we have mastered how Copilot opens up data analysis inside Excel spreadsheets, you might be wondering how to build a clear, metric-driven business case to justify the software license costs to your CFO. Well, that brings us right into our next step. The formal definition of productivity value realization is the financial accounting framework that converts hours of manual labor saved via automation into tangible corporate capital and operational cost reductions. In simple language, this is your final airtight financial argument that proves to your chief financial officer that buying Copilot licenses will actively make the company more money than it costs. A standard premium license carries a fixed monthly fee per user. If your fitness audit proves that the tool saves a busy manager just 2 hours of work per week by automating summaries and email drafts, that saved time completely covers the cost of the software license for the entire month. Every single hour saved past that point is pure unadulterated profit and increased output for your enterprise ledger. When you can present this clear, metric-backed financial spreadsheet to your boardroom, you remove all hesitation, secure full funding for your rollout, and position your team as a master driver of modern corporate efficiency. You have now mastered the business fitness of Microsoft 365 Copilot. So now that we have assessed the fitness of Microsoft 365 Copilot for everyday workflows, you might be wondering how to build custom conversational bots for highly specific corporate scenarios using Copilot Studio. Well, that brings us right into our next chapter.